Okay, back with another one. So this one is going to be about the time that Gurt, aka narcissistic ass, sorry, Gurt, lied about Disney World. Okay, so like in the last two videos, so you kind of know what's going on at this point. Now, we had always talked about when Layla got older, we were going to go as a family to Disney World. We were talking about it since I was pregnant with her. Like that was a consistent conversation that me and Gert, his mama, used to always have. Like, and I was so excited about that because I went to Disney World with my family. My mom and my uncle, they used to take, my sister and my cousins. We would all rent a van. We would all drive down there. Like, it was like a family thing. So I always, couldn't wait until I had kids to do that. So I'm like, okay, finally get the opportunity and we're going to do it as a family. So that was something that we talked about constantly all the time. So one day I'm working and stuff like that, get off work, come home, and, greeting my baby, getting straight into mommy mode, don't get no rest or anything like that. But I always had joy coming home to see my child. Like, where's my kid? Like, that's the first thing I'm doing when I'm coming home. Where's my baby? Like, I need to see her face. Anyways, besides the point. So I come home and she's like, yeah, I want to talk to you. I already told Taiwan, but I want to go ahead and talk to you about it. And I'm like, okay, well, what's up? And she's like, well, we're going on a trip on these dates. I don't remember what the dates was, but we're going on a trip on these dates. So just make sure that you have Layla's bag packed and everything that she needs. I'm like, okay, cool. Bag packed, got that. I already know what she needs. I'm going to have that. And then so this was like 2 weeks prior. Excuse me. This is like 2 weeks prior. So I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, my baby going on a trip and stuff like that. So I'm like, where y'all going? She was like, it's a surprise, but we're gonna surprise Leah. Now, mind you, Leah is one of Gert's friend's daughter. Now, from the moment that they knew Layla was coming, like I said, she informed everybody on that side in Florida that, I'm having a grandbaby, blah, 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 blah. So people were excited. So one of her friends had two daughters. One was like, I think she was like around, the oldest one was like around 9 and Leah was like around 5. So, but Leah and Layla had like the most kismet relationship ever. Like, Leah literally loved Layla. Like, I love those little girls. Like, those people I never had a problem with until one day I did. But anyways, that's another day for another story. But anyway, so yeah, they were going to surprise her with a trip. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, where y'all going? She was like, it's a surprise. I'm like, well, I'm not the fucking one being surprised, so why can't you tell me? And so she was just like, I don't want you to tell them. Why would I tell them? I'm not close like that. Like, those are your people. But okay, whatever. So we're talking and stuff like that. But I asked her, I'm just like, y'all not going to Disney World, are y'all? And she was like, no, we're not going to Disney World. That's something we doing for a family. Now, mind you, Layla is 2 years old at this point. She's 2. All right. So I'm still working at Fuddruckers. That's the name of the burger place I was working at. It's called Fuddruckers. So I'm working there and stuff like that and whatever. So, okay. So the next week rolls by and, they're getting prepared for the trip and stuff like that. She's talking about it constantly and things like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, why you can't tell me where y'all going? Like, what's wrong? Why y'all can't tell me where you're going? She was like, it's just a surprise. Like, I don't want anybody to know. She was like, they don't even know. She's just like, I just told them to make sure that they have their stuff together, that we're going out of town on these dates. And so, they don't even know what's going on. I'm like, okay, so nobody knows. All right, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. Now, mind you, y'all, we have been talking about this trip forever, like forever, forever, forever. And I was excited about it, but I didn't know when it was coming. So it's just like, all right, cool. But I always loved the fact that my baby was doing things. Like when she was 7 months, his brother passed away. So they had to go down to Maryland. So they took Layla with them. So it was just, and I was left at home by myself. But once again, I didn't want to go any damn way because I don't know them people. They ain't my family. But they wanted to see Layla and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, my baby on the plane, 7 months, like she's experiencing things that I'm not able to do yet. And I know how to sacrifice. I know how to put myself back to where my kid can thrive. Like if she's going to do that, yeah, do that. I'm not going to, whatever. So the days are winding down and, days are winding down. I done let it go. I ain't thinking too much of it. I'm just making sure that my baby has her stuff together and, asking her, does she need me to include anything? Do I need to buy anything and whatnot like that? And she's like, no, we got everything else and cool. So now I told y'all, when she first told me this, it was 2 weeks prior to when they were leaving. We're sliding up on, this is the next week, but this is the day before they're about to leave. So I'm getting up in the morning. I got my 8 to 3 shift. I'm getting up. It's like, I didn't stay too far. So where the area I was staying at, like, it was literally like maybe less than 30 minutes away. So I'm up by 7, getting Layla dressed and stuff like that to go to daycare and whatnot. And, I'm chopping it up with Gurt before I leave the house and whatnot. And so everything's smooth, cool, calm, whatever. So I pull up, where was I going? I think I was getting something to eat. Like I was getting breakfast. So I think I was at, I don't know, maybe McDonald's or something like that before I went to work and, stopped and got me something to eat. And she called me to ask me a question and I forgot what she was asking me, but, yeah. So she asked me a question and I answered it and something in me just said, now this is the day of they're leaving. So after she asked the question and we talked, something in me said, ask her again. So I asked her again. I'm like, y'all sure y'all not going to Disney World? And she's on the phone like, no, we wouldn't do that to you. Like, no, we're not going. Girl, no, we're not going to Disney World. We're not doing any of that. So I'm just like, okay. I just want to make sure because, that's a big thing for me. And I really wanted, we all said that we were going to do that together. Layla's 2. So taking her right now, she wouldn't even remember anything. So, and her mommy's not there. Like, I won't be there. So she was like, no. She was like, Bree, calm down. We're not going to Disney World. Relax. We're going somewhere else. We're just surprising Leah, and taking her somewhere she always wanted to go. I said, okay, cool. I ain't think nothing of it. Boom, bam, whatever. So they leave that day. So by the time I get home from work, they're already gone. Now, mind you, me and Taiwan, we're still there. I don't remember what the hell he was doing. I don't remember he was still working at Fudd Ruckers with me. But we were on 2 different shifts. So I do 8 to 3 and he's sliding in at 5, working from 5 to close or whatever. So thank God we were not on the same, wavelength. We weren't on the same time. Cause I'm already living with Inklot. I'm already like over it. So I was happy to be like, if we were on the same shift like that, that's just too fucking much for him. Like, I don't want to be around you like that. But anyway, so they leave that day, come home, everything's normal, do my thing. The next day, going to work and whatnot. Mind y'all, like I said, my shift was from 8 to 3. I get there, I'm doing my thing, doing my little thug thizzle, moving around, getting my bread prepped and, making treats and making butter and stuff like that. So they weren't really, strict when it came to phones, but they were kind of strict with the cashiers because you're in the front line. I get that. You can't be on your phone or whatnot. But I'm in bread, so I'm in the back on the side. I'm not handling customers, so I got my phone handy, and plus I'm a mother. I'm gonna keep my phone handy. I don't care what nobody say. So when I tell y'all, I'm just working, doing my thing, and next thing you know, like, my phone is in my back pocket, so it starts buzzing, it starts going off, but I'm in the middle of doing something, so I can't, like I said, the bread got to be right, the measurements, whatever I'm doing, I got to focus. So, but my phone just kept dinging, it kept going off. So, when I got time, I pulled my phone out and I looked at the phone. Y'all, tell me why I get a flood of pictures of my kid sitting on top of her grandfather's cranium. I'm talking about sitting on top of his shoulders, and they're standing in front of the fucking Disney castle. I'm talking about floods of pictures. I'm sorry. And I'm at work. So when I finally start to look at the pictures and see that their ass is at Disney World, you know what that did to me? Because you looked me dead in my face for 2 fucking weeks. Looked me dead in my face. Looked me dead in my face. Every time I asked you, were y'all going to Disney World, you bold-faced lied to me. Looked me right in my face and said, no, we would never do that to you. We wouldn't do that. I know that's something that you really want to do as the family, so we wouldn't do that to you. So why the fuck am I getting floods? I'm talking about like 15 pictures back to back. They on rides. She's on her grandfather's shoulder walking through the Disney castle. They on the teacups and shit. Like all types of shit. Y'all, when I tell you I had to excuse myself and I literally went in the bathroom and cried. I'm at work, supposed to be professional. Literally went in that bathroom and cried. And you know what? And I thought about it. I'm just like, you knew I was at work. I'm talking about, this is at 8 o'clock in the morning when my shift starts. 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking about, it's like 8:15. And I'm getting flooded with fucking pictures of my kid at Disney World. After you just looked me in my face for 2 fucking weeks. And the day before y'all left, I asked you again. And you looked me in my face. You said on that phone that, no, we're not going to Disney World. Relax. Calm down. No, Bree, we wouldn't do that to you. But where are y'all? At Disney World with my kid. Oh, I cried. I ain't gonna even lie, I cried. But you know what? I had to get myself together because I got a shift to finish. I got motherfucking bread to make. So I pulled my shit together and I finished my shift. Now, mind you, they were gone for like 5 days. So I had time to sit and spew on that. And let me tell you, those were the only pictures they sent me within them 5 days. So that let me know, she wanted to let me know, bitch, I'm going to do whatever I want with your kid. I don't give a damn what you wanted to do. I don't give a damn what you thought we was going to do. Remember, you're not a part of this family. Remember, you're not anything to us. So yeah, I can just look you in your face and lie to your face because what you going to do? What are you going to do? What you going to do? And you know, during that time, I was really trying to, because at this point, like I said in the last video, when I would try to express myself or when I would try to let them know how I'm feeling, what's going on with me. You're aggressive. You're doing this. You're attacking me. This and this and that. So I still had that shit in my mind. So them being gone for them 5 days, I literally, every day before they got there, I'm like, okay, bro, you got to be a grown woman. You got to be a grown woman. You got to, how do you want to approach this lady with this conversation? Now, I sit up here because she sent the pictures to Taiwan too. So when I get home and stuff, I go talk to him. Don't know why the fuck I did that, but I go talk to him. And I'm just like, you don't feel no type of way about what your mama did? And he looking, what you mean? What you mean? What are you talking about? What you mean? I'm like, we've been talking about this Disney trip since Layla's been born. Like, the first time she's going to Disney is supposed to be with her parents. Like, we were all supposed to do this as a family. Like, I said, and your mom sat up there and looked me in my face for 2 weeks and yesterday or the day before and told me that she was not taking my kid to Disney World without me. And then so he looks at me, he's like, well, now that you put it like that, I can see where you coming from. He was like, but we didn't have the money to go anyway. I said, who the fuck didn't? I said, she didn't even give us a chance to earn the money. I have a job. What do you mean? We live here. What do you mean? What do you mean? And then so he's just like, well, you do have a point. Like, I can see why you upset. I said, I'm going to say something to her about it. And then he just gave me this look like, okay, like, you can try that shit. But I didn't give a fuck because I'm saying something. Because what grown ass woman who claims to carry herself with such class and such dignity and loves everybody and does for everybody and is this upstanding citizen, why would you do that? So it's time for them to come home now. I'm at work, but I'm leaving work, but they're already back at the house. So I'm literally, my mind is twirling because it's just like, I need to figure out how to approach this lady to where she is listening to my words and she's understanding how I'm feeling as a first-time mother, as a mother, period. And that's something, if we had never talked about it, if that had never been something that was so near and dear to my heart, that's something that I want to do. This is my first kid. So everything, all the first are going to be emotional for me. Duh. Like, I'm a mother who cares. I don't know about them other mothers, but that's me. Like, I want to be involved in every aspect of my kid's life. Even if I can't be, I want to be in the loop. So I get home and they're all in the living room with my baby. I get my baby, kiss her, play with her for a little bit. And so it's Gurt and her sidekick, or her doormat. I'm going to call him a doormat because that's what he is, a doormat. You're a doormat. Because let me fill you in on a little tidbit. So they used to have this little saying like, he's the CEO and she's the COO. And the COO trumps the CEO. Now, this is y'all marriage. That's what works in y'all marriage. Cool. But you're a doormat, sir. You're a doormat, sir. You want to know why I'm saying you're a doormat? You're a doormat because you don't even like the things that your stepson is doing. You hate the things that your stepson is doing. But you think you can say that to your wife? You think you can come to your wife and verbally express what her son is doing and what you don't like? No. You want to know why? Because every time you even utter Taiwan's name out your mouth, she's saying that she'll divorce your ass. What kind of marriage is that? I digress. But anyway, that's the type of relationship. So she literally is motherfucking Pied Piper, puppet master of that entire family. Oh, she Suge Knighting around this bitch. I'm talking about Death Row Records strong. It's crazy because I got my Snoop Dogg shirt on. But anyway, yeah, she was motherfucking Suge Knight around that bitch. So I'm sitting down. They're both sitting on the couch. And I'm just like, yeah, I just wanted to talk to y'all about how I'm feeling. about the trip and stuff like that. So, usual Gurt, what she starts doing, the blinky eye shit. Just sitting on the couch. And then when she really wants to let you know she don't give a fuck about what you're talking about, she'll start snuffling. Double blinking her eyes and shit. Snuffling, double blinking her eyes and shit. So, and crossing her little midget legs. Now, mind you, this lady like 5 feet. Okay. 5 feet. Thin ass. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me stay on topic. So, she's over there adjusting in her seat. Like, to even think that I would even have the nerve to say anything to her about my motherfucking kid. Okay. So, I sit on the couch and I'm literally being an adult. I'm being a grown woman and I'm sitting down and I'm choosing my words carefully when I'm talking to her. So I'm just like, my feelings were really hurt at the fact that you lied and said that you weren't taking Layla to Disney World. And then you turn around and took her anyway. And then you proceed to send me pictures of y'all at Disney World. We always talked about it was going to be a family trip and how, we were going to all do that together. Y'all, this lady literally double blinking her motherfucking eyes, sitting up on the couch. I'm talking about she got her legs crossed at this point and snuffling like. And you know what she said to me? And while her doormat is sitting on the fucking couch, not saying nothing, eating his motherfucking chicken, she crosses her legs and looks up at me with that thin ass ponytail sitting on top of her head and gonna tell me, she looked me dead in my face and she says, well, you wouldn't have had the money to go anyway. So why are you really upset? You see what I'm saying? Like, saying and doing shit for me to dig my... And I'm not even a violent person. I'm not even that type of person. I would never disrespect my elders. I would never disrespect. It's just now that I'm sitting here to this day, oh yeah, I'm talking cold cash shit now. Because you're a lame bitch. Like, that's the only way I can peg it. You are lame, jealous, like inconsiderate bitch. Like, I don't have no other words for you. Like, yeah, that's what it was. So, and I'm literally like taken aback. I'm literally like shocked. Like, I said, you didn't even give me the opportunity to even try to get the money up so that I could go. This lady said, you wouldn't have had time to do that anyway. We shouldn't have to wait on you to get your money up when we already have the money. We don't have time to wait. We already have these plans set. Yeah. That's what I got. So as she's saying this to me, I'm over here thinking about what the hell he said to me earlier. Like when I said I was going to talk to her about it, he's like, okay, like, all right, you can try that. Yeah, because that's what you're used to. You're used to that. So, like I said, Alabama trash. I'm finna show you something. I'm finna show you money talks. I'm finna show you that you'll never be up here with us. I'm finna show you that I can take your kid anywhere I choose. Because I know you can't afford it. I'm going to go to places that I know you can't afford. And I'm going to do it in a manner to where I know. Because she knew my drive. She knew I was a hard worker. She know that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So if she would have gave me a date to get that money, Best believe I would have got that money. And then she want to have the nerve to want to talk about, well, you have other things that you have to worry about, like your car insurance, like your phone, like this and this and that. Mind you, once again, this nigga over here still ain't paying shit. This nigga get to keep all his money. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he doesn't. Because at this point, your paycheck is going straight into your mama's account. Yeah, that's the type of pathetic, poor excuse of an ink blot that I had a kid with. Your mama's controlling your money. You don't even get to see your shit. When you filled out that direct deposit, you had to put your mammy's information on that bitch. Because you can't even be trusted with your own money. Okay? So, yeah. That's basically how she came at me. She came at me like, how dare you even open your mouth to say anything to me about what I'm doing with my grandkid. Mind you, the kid that came out of my pearly gates. Okay? My kid. I'm talking about that crushed me, y'all. It crushed me because it's just like, you waited. And see, like I said, you manipulative, you calculating old hag. Y'all were doing anything to break my spirit, anything to let me know you will never be more than Alabama trash. So you sit down and you shut up and you keep going to that burger joint. You keep going to that burger joint. That's how I was treated. And it took everything in me to not jump across that couch with my non-slip resistant shoes on, because I still had my work clothes on. It took everything in me to not fly across that motherfucking room and dig my heels in her motherfucking head. But that's what she wanted. She was doing everything in her power to get me to snap, to get me to hurt her, to get me to do something, because, oh, you make one false move, you in my shit. You in my shit. So I dare you to raise your hands at me. I dare you to do this. Mind you, that's not where I didn't come from, that world. I didn't come from that world. Like, I never had the urge to want to hit an adult or anything like that. I would never. Now, if you catch me today, I would never. I would never. But, yeah. So, I literally just took my baby and I went upstairs. And then he proceeds to come in my room and be like, so what happened? Like, you give a fuck anyway. You pathetic. Anyways. I told him what she said and he laughed. Oh, he laughed. He thought it was funny as shit. Every day. Gurt and Invader Zim waking up every day. Now, Invader Zim, his mission every day was to fucking destroy the world. And anytime he said something, Gurt would be right there making the machine or drawing up the blueprint. So your mama was the head honcho and y'all were the puppet masters. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That is what she did, what they did when it came to Disney World. Now, who doesn't love Disney World? Like, Disney, like, I'm a 90s baby, so I, like, Disney? Okay, yeah, and I got a daughter. Oh, I'm finna take her to see the Disney princesses. We getting on the teacups. We going through the Magic Castle. We finna see the parade because like I was actually in the Disney parade when I was a senior in high school because I was on a dance team. So like actually being in that and actually seeing that, actually going to Disney World when I was younger, I was so excited to be able to do that for my kid. And she just could not wait, for the day to crush my spirit. But that was just the beginning. Mind you, Layla's only 2 years old. We got 5 more years to go. And I got plenty more stories to go. So just buckle up, babies. It's story time. And I'm going to be here for a while. But that's all I wanted to say. That's just the one story about Disney World. I'll be back with more. Bye.